Okay, so we are still on the HTML tags mastery. Uh, I know we have covered at least quite a number of HTML tags and how to style them with basic CSS properties. From my end here, this is what we have designed so far. So we created the whole of this with the H1 tag, and then we created this with paragraph tag. And then these two images, we added them with image tag. And we have also learned how to style our document background, either with solid color, gradient color, and using an image. Then we have also learned how to fix the background color while only the content of the page can be scrolled. So we'll just continue. We are adding new tags. I believe we have mastered those sets of tags, so we are adding new tags. And the set of tags that I am focusing on in this section, they are actually called HTML media tag. HTML, let me use comment. HTML media tag. HTML media tags. HTML media tags. So that shall be our focus in this section. So we want to know what are media files, that there are certain tags that are designed to embed them in your web pages. So let's start with the definition of media file. So the reason why we have media tags is because we have media content that could be published in a website. That is why there are design tags for publishing them across your web pages. So just an intro, HTML provides various media tags to embed multimedia content. I said HTML provides various tags, various media tags to enable to embed multimedia content, such as
So HTML provides various media tags.
HTML
So
provides
HTML pro-
HT
provides various media tags.
various media tags to embed multimedia content. The word embed means to incorporate, to add to. Command such as video. So we have video tag. We have example of them. We have number one, we have video tag. Number two, we have audio tag. Number three, we have IMG tag, but unfortunately we have covered the IMG tag, so that is supposed to be under media tag. So this set of tags, they are actually used. Let me add the fourth one. The fourth one is iframe tag. So all these tags that I've mentioned, they falls under media tags. In other words, they are used for adding media content in your web pages. So let's assume you are building a website for an artist and he or she wants you to display his videos in his website pages. or page, you will definitely need the video tag. If you are also asked to publish audio in that same website, you will need audio tag. Then, of course, we have already mastered the image tag. So by now, you know what the image tag can actually do for us. Then the iframe tag is actually used to clone a page. For example, you can create content, you can embed your YouTube video directly in your website without somebody having to log into your YouTube page before they can watch a particular video. So there are clients that will want you to embed their adverts. So what you need to do is to create a YouTube page for them if they don't have, and then you'll upload the video to your YouTube page or to their YouTube page, and then you clone it into your website using the iframe. So most time we can also use it to clone adverts across different pages. That is where you must have created a file here, call it ad, and then you take your time to create all the content you want to advertise. And then after that, you can go to any other page like service page for the ad to pop up there. So you will now use iframe to clone it there so that you don't have to start writing the ad from scratch. So as we continue, you understand what these tags are. So my plan is to expose you to all of them in this section, except the image tag we have already treated. And then we'll also look at if somebody visits your website and find a particular media file, being it audio or video, interesting, and the person wants to download it to his or her device. We'll also create a downloadable button that somebody can click and end up downloading that video from your website. So that is an overview of what we intend to cover in this section. Okay, so let's start taking them one after the other. So I'm starting with the video tag. So let's start with that. Let's start with the video tag. The video tag. So by definition, the video tag is used to embed video content. By definition, the video tag is used to embed video contents into an HTML document. To embed video content into an HTML content or document. Okay, and you know that HTML document is made up of tags, the collection of two or more tags, just like we have created H1 tag, P tag, image tag, all wrapped in the body tag. So the whole of those tags collection inside the body tag can be referred to as HTML document. So what we are saying is that in such document, you can embed your video tag inside it. You can add it to it. Okay, so that is the first one. Now, let's quickly look at the video tag structure. The video tag structure. Now, remember, the video tag is denoted with this. So this is the syntax of the video tag. Video in full. And then with this. So I expect that we have the closing tag there. Now, video tag is part of the inline tag. Remember, we've explained the difference between inline tag and block elements, or inline elements or block elements. So video tag is part of the inline tag. Remember, we've explained the difference between inline tag and block elements. So inline elements or block elements. So inline tag is part of the inline tag. Remember, we've explained the difference between inline tag and block elements. Or inline elements or block elements. elements that, irrespective of where they are added within your code, we take a fresh line. They will output their content on a new line. They are called block elements. And they usually take 100% width of your entire page. Why inline, they are all elements that can be written on the same line. That is why they are called inline. So in other words, structurally, we can say the inlines are horizontally arranged. Elements are horizontally what? Arranged. While block elements are vertically what? Arranged, but in one column, one displaying after the other, no stacking. So I was talking about the structure of the video tag. The structure of the video tag. This is how the tag is declared. Now, which means that we remember that we created a folder called media. Now we are going to make use of it. So all our video and all our audio file, we ought to have added them to this folder so that once we activate the tag, we will reference them from there. So let me quickly go and see how I can populate this with some useful or video. So let me see. I think I have some video. So you may need to transfer some video to your laptop if you don't have. I think there should be the ones you've recorded so far during our classes. You can use any of them to just practice how to add a video into your web pages. So where do I have? Think on desktop. Go to desktop. I'm trying to look for a video. Where do I have video? Okay, I have. Oh, sorry, that is not. Okay, so let me quickly get one from my Zoom recording. Okay, so this is a video file. So let me copy it and take it to our project folder. Take it to our project folder, which is online web training. Then I will access the media. Then I will add it here. So the client must have given you the video that you want to publish within his or her website. Or the person must have uploaded them to his or her YouTube page. That is where you will use the iframe to clone them, or you add the YouTube video link that can directly take them to the YouTube in order to free the website memory. Okay, so now that I have my video in my media file, videos are usually in MP4 formats, while audio are always in MP3 formats. So once you see MP4, you should know that that is a video form file. So how do we declare it? You simply type video. You simply type video, and that will define this structure. So this is the HTML video structure. So just to explain, in as much you have understood the image tag, I don't think you should have issue with this. So this does the same thing with the one we have in the image tag, which define the source, the path, where is the video going to be called from whenever the users get to my website page. So I will slash inside it in order to output my directories. So from here, I know the folder where I have the video. I will navigate to it and then select the video. Now, you don't need contents. You don't need content for video. You don't come here and write anything here. It's not needed. So if I could just go to the front end and check, I know I've opened it before. If I refresh, you see that we have the video file. You can see the frame here, but there is something we need to add before the video can be played or before it can be active. But what you are seeing right now is just the frame, just an evidence that yes, you added a video file, but there is an attribute you need to activate before you can actually play or control the video, and that attribute is called control. So that's, let me use this video HTML in case you are writing it down. HTML video tag attributes. So I'm going to discuss a lot of attributes relating to the application of this tag. So what do we mean by attributes? I have explained that before. I told you that attributes provide additional information about an HTML element. You saw how we use attributes to specify the href destination. You saw how we use attributes to width or to height our images. So that you saw how we use class as an attribute. So all this that comes with the tag, they are called attribute. Now, there is an attribute we need to apply here, which is called the control attribute. Controls attributes. So just to define it, the control attributes display video controls button. Display videos control button, which should be added.
What did you say?
The control attributes. The control.
You're defining what? HTML video tag attribute.
Yes, HTML video tag attribute. Number one, I'm starting with what? The control. So this is an attribute. So this is the one I am defining now. I said this one display. This one displays. This one display video controls. So that is the function of this control as an attribute, which is to be added to the source that came with it by default. So what we want to achieve, you notice that the last time we visited the front end, what we have is just a black background, which symbolizes that you have is the frame of the video, how the video is going to be, sized. That is what it represents. Now, why are we not able to control the video? Why are we not seeing button like next? Why are we not seeing button like play? Why are we not seeing button like pause? All these are to be activated through the controls as an attribute. Did you understand that first? Just to get a response from if you are following. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I have told you before that if you want to add attributes to an existing HTML element, you look where the last one was used, and then immediately after it, you space. And then you type that control. So once you type the control, you will see it. So this is the attribute. So once I click on it, it has automatically activated those buttons that we are not seeing before. It does not have value. The values are already embedded with it. It's just for you to call it. It's an attribute without, it is an attribute that does not give users you like I or programmers are privileged to define the type of values. So our job is just to call it. All the values are already molded with it. Now, if I go back to the front end now and check again, you will see that what you have this button. This button wasn't there before. So if you want to really know whether it was there, or I don't know if you noticed it the other time, so you can see this is where you can make it full page. This is where you can reduce it. This is where you can mute the video. So if you did not notice it before, let me go back and turn it off. Let me remove that control just for you to observe it. So if I go back and scroll down, you can see that there is no such what button here. So what I will do is to add a control just for you to know the impact of the control. So if I go back now and I scroll, you can see that I have the buttons activated. So I can click here now. The video will start playing. So this is the class video. So this is how you can simply add
All right,
video tag.
let me
So
just
what I've
give.
just done now, I've just embedded a video in my website page. That is what I just did now. I just embedded it. I just integrate video inside my HTML document. Now, this video can be controlled. That is why we have controls as an attribute. Can be controlled. You saw how I control it. Now, I just pause it. I can play it again. Okay. Then I can mute it. I can display it in full screen. I can display it in a smaller screen. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is one of the attributes. So I still have some of them I want to explain. The next attribute I want to explain is still on the video tag. The next attribute of the video tag I want to explain is autoplay attributes. Autoplay attributes. So let me make that autoplay attributes. Autoplay attributes. Now, how do we define the autoplay attribute? Right, the autoplay attribute automatically plays the video. Automatically play the video. So that is a simple function of the autoplay, automatically play the video. Now, let me cite a scenario where you as a developer or a programmer need to help the client to program the video auto. So let's assume that the video is an advert, okay? And you know that there are some individuals that when they visit someone's website, they will determine what they listen to or if there's video there or audio. So you don't want to manually give them the room to determine whether they have to play the video. It's an advert video. So you want to ensure that as soon as it gets to the page, automatically, once the page loaded, they will start hearing or watching the video. It's an advert, very short one. So that is when you will need to program it auto. Now, look at this. As we visited this web page now, the video is not programmed on auto. So the user have to manually click here before they can watch the video. Okay, so what I am saying is that I want to program it in a way that as soon as that page is loaded, they will start watching the video. So that is another attribute. Remember what I always tell you, go to where you added the last attribute space and then type auto. It will pop it up, then click on autoplay. So all these attributes, we don't have the privilege of supplying their values. You see, you were given this source attribute and
All right, so
you can see automatically.
let me just give
let me go there.
chance just
and manually pause it first. So I will try to explain something. Now, when we activated this tag, we were given only the attribute without the value, which means that the tag expects us to supply the value. But all these ones that I'm calling since controls, autoplay, they have already wrapped their value in them. It's just for you to select it. So now each time the page is loaded, once the page is refreshed, you see that what it will start. I have to replay it. I have to display because I have manually paused it. So it's adhering to that instruction. So just hold on now. Okay, I thought, okay, it's from here. So autoplay. Let me see. That is my browser because it has worked before. Let me see. So that is your browser. I believe if I restart my browser, it should be able to. Let me try it again. Supposed to have started playing automatically. So that is the browser. So you can try it there. As soon as you refresh the page, it will start playing. So that is one attribute. That is one attribute. Then another attribute, the third one I want to discuss is loop. All these are attributes you can add to your image, to your video tag, is loop. Loop attributes. So what is the function of the loop attribute? The loop attribute loops the video playback. Loop the video playback. It loop the video playback, which means that the video will continue. Normally when you play a video and it gets to the end, it is meant to stop. But when you loop it, when you get to the end, it will start all over. When you get to the end, it will start all over. That means that it will continue until an action terminates it. That is loop. So that is another attribute. So I'll space here and type what? Loop. So if you have the time to watch the video all through, then you will notice that once you get to the end, it will start all over by itself. That is the loop attribute. So the next attribute, which is a common attribute, is width and height. Let me combine them together. So we can actually width our video, just like you can see here. You can see that I may decide to say this video is displaying 100%. All right, so let me just give
a
the auto
chance, just as you have requested.
Now you can see that the video is displaying 100%. How do I know that it is 100%? Because it's covering the entire page width. Okay, so if this is not how the person wants it, maybe just want a kind of video gallery that is smaller ones, then how do we go about that? That is when you bring in the width and the height attributes. So what I will simply do, I'll come here and type W. It will bring out the width, just like we applied it on image tag. So I will say I want this video to be 350 ps by, I will just space here and type what? Height 350 ps by 350 ps. That should be a square video. So if I go back to the page, you can see that what I have been able to to resize the video with the help of the
all right, so
you can see that the autoplay
let me just give
now if I want to publish, the idea of reducing is that I may want to publish, this might just be a dedicated page called Video Gallery, where I want to actually display all the series of videos. Okay, so now you've learned that. So these are the attributes that are associated with the usage of video tag. Do you have any question? Because if you don't have question, I am going to pause for you to do it also as your classwork. Then when I come back, I'll be looking at how to download it. So supposing someone find interest after what,
Can I see the
let's say
okay?
someone
I
have,
want to see the width and the height.
okay, so the width
Okay.
350, it can be determined by you as well. I just use that. And you know that when you are widthing elements, you have to be conscious of the proportion. What do I mean? If an image is already landscape and you are widthing it, you cannot say 100 by 2. You understand? The image will be disfigured. So the same thing, you have to make sure that you calculate the proportion of their differences. Have you taken that so that I can allow you to do it as your classwork? So you are going to embed
Yes, sir.
two videos. So I want to see that in any of those your file, you can choose to display it in your home page or about us page. So as your classwork, I want you to embed 2 videos and also add some of these attributes in your website. So you can start now.
Okay, sir.
Share your screen so that I can also be seeing what you are doing.
Okay. I already started. I already used one.
Okay. Okay.
So let me put in the second video. That other one is not MP4, so I didn't use that one.
Okay.
That one was audio.
Okay.
So I can leave the autoplay, right?
Yes, yes, it's optional. You have to go to the front and let me
Um,
see it so that we can.
I also adjust the width of this one.
Okay. All right. All right.
I see the two videos.
All right. So just on share, let's continue. All right, so that is it. Very simple. So every video you have seen published in website. That is the secret. So this is actually what the developer used in embedding it. Okay, now let's quickly talk about the next tag, the next media tag, which is audio tag. Now, before I go to audio tag, let me teach us something that is applicable to both audio tag and video tag. So let me just sort it out once and for all. So what we want to learn now is how to create or design, how to create or design video / audio. It could be audio, like I said. Download button. Download button. So how do we go about this? Now, like I said, this is with the assumption of, all right, so, okay, I need to go and
let me just give.
Let me remove this autoplay. So, like I was saying, you can see that this is the video we have been able to add to our web page. Now, let's say, for example, this can be a movie, an interesting one for that matter. Somebody can visit your website and appreciate it, and the person does not want to come back to your website each time he or she wants to watch it. So he wants to quickly download it to his or her device. I believe that could be because he does not want to waste data or for different reason. So we as developer, in as much we have created this video for people to access free, except there is a tag on it that says that you have to subscribe or you have to purchase it. Then you will now activate payment gateway, whereby somebody that will trigger the payment method once the person has finished paying. Then it provides a link to the downloading page. But if it is free, then we could just add the button somewhere here for them. So to add that button, we are going to add a brief description. So we'll not just say download. So we need to give some information about that video. So I can say that, let me use like H4 to call the name of the video. So let's say what? Pivot table. Pivot table. That is the name of the video. Now I can use the same H4 to also mention, to describe the video a little. This, or let's say, watch. Okay, well, let's assume the person have already watched it. So let's say a pivot table is a powerful analysis tool in Excel. Now, before the download button comes in. So the download button.
Sir, please, I'm calling.
Okay.
Sir, please, sorry, I stepped out.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that I stepped out.
Okay, so that means you were not there when I started explaining this.
The pivot, no.
Okay, so so let me quickly recap. So what we are doing is that we want users to, after watching this video and they are interested in downloading it into their device, it could be their phone, it could be their laptop. So we want them to be able to download it. That is, we have given them access to download it free. And I said it could be a situation whereby we want them to subscribe before they can access it into their phone. So that means that we'll create a different page where we'll add a button after subscription. It will redirect them to that page for them to download, as the case may be. But I am saying that it is not professional for us to just write download button under it. Instead, we want to take advantage of that process to describe the video. Let them have an idea of what the video. That capture can even make somebody to want to watch it. Somebody can just say the capture, wow, pivot table. Even if he has not watched it, you want to go through it. Then after that, with this brief description, then followed by the download button under here. Did you understand that? That is what we want to achieve. So now that we have, hope you are with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now that we have given the video name and a brief description of the video, now let's add the download button here. Now, the download button is action button. It should be clickable button, okay? So there is what we are going to do here. Remember that we just talked about anchor tag, right? Anchor tag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap the video URL in an anchor tag and then activate download button, download attribute rather. So how do I go about that? I'll just type A and press enter. Now, you know that the anchor tag is an inline element. So definitely if this one leaves some space, it may want to occupy it. So to deprive it from, to deny it from taking that excess or extra space, I told you you add what? Break, so that you should not even considering occupying any leftover space. That is what we just did here now. We just lock here up that no space for you here. So whichever way you want to display yourself directly under this element. That is the communication. Now, the URL, when we learned anchor tag, we referenced a file, either internal file or external file, which will be the destination when the user click on that button. So here in this case, this particular URL that you have used to pull out the video, you copy it. That is what you are taking. Copy it and then bring it inside the href. Did you understand that? I want to be clear.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, if you go to the front end now, you will notice that there is nothing displaying here because we must give the user the link description. So we must describe the link. The link is there, but it does not have description yet. How do I know? We have not written anything here. So this, whatever you write here is what we guide them to know, oh, there is a clickable button here. So I will say click here, click here to download. So you can just put download if you feel that they already know what to do. Click here to download the video. So all this, now, after you have done this, the next thing is, if I go to the front end, you will see it there. Click here to download. Click here to download. But if I click here, you see that what is going nowhere. No action was triggered. Instead, it's plays the video. Okay, that is not what I want. What I want is that the person must have watched the video. I'm not saying he should play the video. He must have watched the video, but he or she wants to what? Download it. So once they click, I should see a download icon here. The way you used to observe downloading when you are downloading on Google. So now to add that, it's just an attribute. It's just an attribute that this anchor tag needs to know whether, okay, your intention is for them to be downloaded or for it to be downloaded or to just play it. So until you add that attribute, if the user click on that button, it might assume that you want them to rewatch. So what I will do to disconnect that action, I will just come here and add what? Download. I'm not adding any value. Now, if I go back to the front end now, and I click on the download button, watch what will happen. You should see a download action triggered here, except your browser is not updated. So let me see. Good, you can see it now. So it's downloading. So you can see. So this is how they create download. This same method can be used for picture. You can add that. You can wrap the picture in an anchor tag. Then remember that it is the picture URL, that link that you specified inside the SRC, just like the way I copied it now. That is what you are going to equally what put in the anchor tag href section. If I want to download this picture now, what I'm saying is that I will put anchor tag under it. Then I will copy this URL which I have generated so that I will be sure that is the right picture you are downloading. And then the same thing, you come here and add the download attribute. That is all. That is all. So if I go back to the front end, I should be able to what? To have access to the two buttons. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this I think somewhere. So downloaded. Now, if I want to see it in my laptop, of course, I will go to download folder. There is a download folder. So click on it, and then you should be able to see, we downloaded it twice. So this to show that the video has left the website and is now directly in my device for me to watch without going to the website. So if there's no question, then I'll also give you 2 minutes to create this. So that video that you have added, I want you to add some details and then also add downloadable what button. But before you go to that, let me show you another logic. Just hold on. If I activate it this way, and I also copy the URL that generated the video and I add it in my href section. And I add it in my href section. So this time around, the concept is this. I don't want the download to be text. I want a design button. Probably someone must have designed a button with CorelDRAW or Photoshop, or then you just want it to display there instead of this write-up. How do you do that? You go to Google. So let me quickly consider that. Let me show you how to do that before I allow you to practice. So I'll go to Google and type download buttons, download buttons, download buttons. So I'll go to the image section and look for more user-friendly button. Now, these are some buttons that I can use. I can say, okay, I want to use this one. Let me just choose one. So if I want to use this, I will right-click on it as usual. Save image as. So I will target my root folder image. So I can call it from there in my development environment. Let's see if my internet is a bit slow. Okay. So from here, I will target the folder. Our root folder is on desktop. The name online web training. Then go to your image folder and then but I can just use download to save it. So now I'll go back to my development environment. So this is where I'm using test as a clickable button. Here I'm using an image. Now, since it's an image, you don't need to write all this in the anchor tag content section. So what you simply do is to nest your image, because it's picture. You nest your image in the contents section of your anchor tag. Then of course you know what this means. So you slash and then go to the image, then select the download. Then you can add alternative text in case somebody could not find it. What he or she will be saying will be download. So if I go back to the front end and check again, let's see if we have it here. So you can see it here. So now if you click here, it's going to do the same thing the other one did. So now it's not working yet because we have not added download attributes. That is why it was playing, or it wanted to play the video. So let's go back there and let's refresh it. So if I click here, let's watch out. So you can see that it's equally what downloaded. So that is how to use picture. But if this picture is too big, sir, how do I reduce it? Definitely it's too big. How do I reduce it? Now, just to add that to it, you are not going to, you can call it here. You can use width attribute directly to control it, since it is an image you nested inside another element. So you can just come to where you added the image and say what? Width. And then the width, since just a button, I will just say let it be 100 PS. I don't know if this might be too much, but let's check first. Then height, height, height. Let's say height is 50 PS. Height is 50 PS. So now, to come back and refresh, let's see if that actually work. Hope this is not bigger than what was here. So let me go and check. Hope I'm working with the right file. Let me rerun it again, debug it out. So the attributes method that we use did not work. So let me see why it's not working. So, but let me show us another way we can resolve things like this whenever we have such issues. So I'll go to the root folder. I'll go to the root folder. Then I'll go to the image. This is the button. Right click on it. Right click on it and select open with. System is hanging a little. Let's hold on. I believe it's a system. The other must have as well work, but let me just see. So right click and select open with, then select paints. Select paints. So let's wait for the paint to open. But as time goes on, I'm going to show you a place. There is a library which is called Font Awesome, where all these buttons, all these icons we use in developing websites or during developing websites have been customized with standard sizes that you may not have to go through what we are going through now. So once you get an image there, it's already styled to standard size. But that is when we start designing the real website. I don't want to bother us with that now that we are just mastering tag. So let me wait for this. I expected it to have opened. while I'm waiting for it to open, let me try and see if this, okay, this hasn't worked. So it just came up now. Okay, so this is the image. Now for me to resize it, I have to come to this section here, which says resize and skew. So once you click on it, it will display the current width of that image in percentage. So you switch to pixel and then change it to a smaller size. So you can see the current size is 225 by 225. So I want it to be smaller. Let it just be 40. Or let me make 40, then and click OK. So once you have done that, you don't save as. Just click on the save icon. Just click on this save icon so that it will override the old one and then and also update it in your website. So I have updated it. So if I go to the web page now, you can see that so we ought to have, I believe, something is wrong with the body resolution. So try it from your end. So you can try it now as your classwork. Let me even use it to know we have done the right thing. I think it's, let me see if I have to remove this one that we added here. Remember what I told us, debugging is part of programming. So whenever there are issues, always persist in solving them. So if you notice no difference, if I still want to troubleshoot, what I will do is to get another image. So just to know whether this image is constrained. So what now you can do your classwork, So what you are doing is the same thing that I just did now. So you are adding some description to you are creating a downloadable button and you are describing the video. Then you are adding the image. You are creating one with text as the download description, and then the second one with an image, just like I did. Now you can start.
Just I'm about to create my anchor tag. Um, you can see it download here.
Okay.
See it here. Okay. So just I'm good for the other one. Since I put two images, two media, for the other one I'll use the image. I'll add the download attribute to be able to see the downloading sign when it's downloading. See the downloading sign here.
Okay.
The width and the height is not still shown.
Okay, even in your own.
I know yes. See it here.
Yeah, put the width
And
100.
I already
Put the width 100%. Let's debug something out here. Put the width 100%. Let's see whether it will increase. Okay, now just unshare. Just unshare. Let me try and just unshare. Let me use another logic and see. We'll know what is happening now. Let's spend some time to debug. It's part of programming. Now, let me remove. Okay, I think I've deleted all the. Now, this particular image is inside anchor tag. The one we are trying to style is inside anchor tag. So let me use my external CSS to style it and see if that will work. So if I want to call it, since it's wrapped in a different tag, so I will say A, okay, A, I will space without putting a comma, then I will say IMG. So which means that I am talking to the image inside anchor tag. So if I say width, let's say 200 PS, and then height, I just hope this one should work. And then let's go to the page. So you can see that it worked now, right?
yes, sir.
Good. So we can use this method to style it since any of those ones were not, they are not forthcoming. So that is why you need to know a different way of handling most of these things. So if I don't want to, this is like using the parent to call the child. That is why I reference A. The A is the parent. So when you see CSS code like this, you are not talking to A. You are only saying that through A, you are accessing IMG so that it will not affect other. What I did now is to bypass the rule of ID or class, because ordinarily I'm supposed to come here, which is an alternative way, and add a class. I can come here and add a class, say class, and then give it a particular, let's say IMG, or let's say what, AIMG. So this is another option that we'll have considered. But I know that from the file structure, I can actually talk to this one without affecting other places where I use image, in as much I have reference. So the only issue you might have is that if you give this one, if you add image inside this A tag, whatever you did will also affect it. That is where you finally adopt the classing method. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's quickly look at how to add audio. Now, all these download method, whatever, they are also applicable to audio. So I'm not going to go through that again. I will just go straight to how to use the audio tag. How to use the audio tag. Now, the audio tag, I think I have already explained it, is still part of the media file, but the only thing is that audio file format is MP3. Just the sound you are going to hear. You are not going to watch the content. It's not visual. So that is. So if we want to define it in the proper context, we can say HTML audio tag is used to embed audio content into HTML document. HTML audio tag is used to embed audio content into HTML document. So the
So
syntax,
sorry, can you say that?
I said
So because sorry, can
HTML. Can you hear me now?
yes, sir.
I said HTML audio tag is used to embed audio content into HTML document. It is used to embed audio content into HTML document. So what is the syntax? You simply type what? Audio, just like the way we type video. Then, like I said, it's almost the same thing. So you must have copied your audio file inside. So if I do something like this, I don't have audio in my laptop. So if you have any audio, you can transfer it and then use it just for you to reference the file. So if I click here now, this is a video file and I am wrapping it in audio tag. What is going to happen is that it will convert it by itself to audio. It will convert it, and then you can see that the audio is not active because we have not added what? The control, just like what we did the other time. We need to go and add the controls so that we can see it. System is again. Let's go down. Create a web page and publish not less than 5 videos. Number 2, the videos should be sized to 350 by 350. Hope you are getting me.
Yes, sir.
And number 3, add download buttons. Add download buttons. Then number 4, add audio as well. Add audio. Add audio. I believe if you have any audio file, you can transfer it from your phone to your laptop so that you can use it. And then the one you are going to, the number 5 is research on iframe tag. So in our next class, I will just check what you have done, and then if you get it correctly, then I will just throw more light and move on to the next tag.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir.
See you then. Bye for now.
Thanks, sir.